Good morning, dear friends, to the One Dharma Center Sunday service. Today is May 3rd, and I am very happy to welcome this spring month of May together with all of you. In this vibrant new month, may we refresh our minds and hearts through shared practice. We'll begin our service by making 4 bows to the Dharmakaya Buddha Fourfold Grace, symbolized by the single circular image of Ilwon-sang. Please all rise and stand in front of your mat. Please join your palms together. Join your minds and hearts together. We'll offer standing bows. I bow in gratitude to the grace of heaven and earth, honoring nature and the universe. I bow in gratitude to the grace of parents, honoring all who have nurtured me. I bow in gratitude to the grace of fellow beings, recognizing our interconnectedness. I bow in gratitude to the grace of laws, guiding and protecting us with justice. Now please turn to your neighbor Buddhas and we'll greet each other. And Our Karen will guide us with our yoga stretching, so please remain in standing.
Good morning, good morning, good morning. Good morning, everybody. So let's just get relaxed in the body a little bit. We'll begin by circling the shoulders. So we'll synchronize with the breath. So inhaling forward and up towards the ears, and then exhaling back and down. And again, forward and up. And exhaling back and down. One more time, forward and up. Exhaling back and down. Let's go ahead and come into some loose, a little bit soft knees. And we'll interlace the hands behind us. So you can interlace with the fingers, or if you'd like, just grab the wrists, whatever works for your hands and shoulders. And we'll step the right foot forward, standing on a train track, so to speak. Roll the shoulders back and maybe lift the hands behind you. Really plug into that front foot, especially the big toe. We'll take a nice big inhale and open the chest, lean back slightly. And on the exhale, leading with your heart and a straight back, we'll begin to extend out over the legs. And don't worry about how far you go, it really doesn't matter. But keep drawing that right hip slightly back and the left hip slightly forward. Try to relax the neck and head and connect to your breath. You feel a lot of sensation behind the legs. And then with a big inhale, press into both feet and lift yourself up. And slide that foot back. We'll step forward with the opposite foot. If you like, you can change the configuration of your fingers, maybe put the opposite thumb on top, whatever feels better. Again, rolling the shoulders back and plugging into that front big toe, opening the chest, inhale. And exhale, extend forward with a straight back. Drawing the left hip back, right hip forward. You may notice a difference on one side. From one side to the other, that's perfectly natural. Relaxing the head, connecting to the breath. Now with your inhale, plugging both feet into the earth, inhale yourself back up. And release your hands, step the foot back, shake out the arms. Coming into your chair pose. So chair pose simply means that you're going to pretend that you're sitting back in a chair. So we can shift the weight into our heels. Maybe you can lift your toes. If not, it doesn't matter. Reach the arms forward and hover above your imaginary chair. Continue to breathe here. Maybe look down at the floor if it's better for your neck. And we'll push into the earth and come up. Reach for the right wrist with the left hand. And we'll bend into the right knee as you side bend towards the windows. Breathing in, breathing out. Breathing in, breathing out. Inhale, come back up. Come back into your chair, reaching forward, looking down so you're not torquing your neck. Really spread the fingers, spread the palms, really activate the hands here. One more inhale here and exhale. And then push your way back up again. Grab hold of the opposite wrist. Reaching the other way. Maybe pulling against that arm to just lengthen a little bit. Opening up the entire side body. And inhale yourself back up again. Go ahead and allow the arms to simply float down. Notice the energy moving through the upper body, especially. Now inhale, sweep the arms up, palms together. Softness in your knees. And we'll exhale and swan dive over the legs. And again, don't worry about how far you go. Hands can come to the tops of the knees. And then inhale halfway up, straighten your spine, draw your shoulders back, looking down at the floor. And then exhale, just fold wherever you can. Let the hands and arms fall wherever they go naturally. Instead of trying to push your knees back, simply lift your tailbone here. Now with a big inhale, we're going to lift all the way up, all the way up, all the way up. Overhead. And exhale the hands down the center line. Take a breath here to pause. One more time. Inhale, soften the knees, reach all the way up, lengthening the side body. Exhale, swan dive over. Don't worry about how far you go. Hands can rest on the tops of the thighs or the knees. Then come halfway up. Straighten the back, looking down at the floor. And then exhale, now fold all the way over wherever it's comfortable, lifting your tailbone towards the sky. Notice the sensation in the backs of the legs. And then with a big inhale, push into the earth with your feet. Inhale all the way up, all the way up, all the way up. And exhale, hands down the center line. Separate the feet a little bit wider. We're going to turn the heels in and the toes out, coming into what's known as goddess pose. Sorry about that, guys. So bending your knees and drawing the knees back towards a little toe. That's the direction they should be going in, okay? And we'll inhale the arms up into cactus arms. So imagine there's a pencil between your shoulder blades and you're holding the pencil there. So your arms reach back, your elbows reach back, the fingers are active, palms are active. You feel the sensation in your hips and thighs. Breathing, breathing, breathing. Now inhale, push yourself up, palms come together. Arms come out into T, straight out from the shoulders. Right toes come out, left heel steps back, and we bend into that right knee. Try to keep the knee directly above the ankle. I know we have socks on, and we're going to be a little slippery here. Looking over the right middle finger, breathing in, breathing out. Now inhale, come back up. Palms come up. And we come down the other way. Left toes out, right heel back. Looking over the left index finger. Relaxing the shoulders from the ears. Inhale, come back up. Come back one more time into your goddess. Maybe it feels a little bit easier. Perhaps not, I don't know. Breathe, dropping the tailbone here. One more big breath here. And then push into the earth and come up, relax the arms, step the feet hip distance apart. One more, maybe? Okay, one more. Hands in front of the heart center, soften the knees. Inhale, sweep the arms overhead, reach up. Last time we do the swan dive here, fold over the legs with softness behind your knees. I bet you go a little further. Now inhale, halfway up, hands above the knees, roll the shoulders back. Exhale, fold over one more time. Now plug all four corners of your feet into the earth as you take a big inhale and rise up, rise up, rise up. Exhale, hands down the center line. Thank you so much.
Now please be seated. Take your time to make your body comfortable. Feel free to wiggle yourself side to side, back and forth. Now we'll engage in sitting meditation in silence for 20 minutes. Shoulders are relaxed. Smile upon your forehead. One Qijong, Patty, will guide us with more tips for how to sit and enjoy our sitting meditation practice.
The method of sitting meditation is simple and easy. Sit comfortably on the floor or in a chair. Breathe in, grab all your tension, and breathe it out. Open up your chest and heart. Stretch up tall and align your spine from your neck to your tailbone. Relax your shoulders and arms, then allow your hands to rest on your knees. Bring your attention to your breath. As you exhale, release all mental and physical tension. Invite your attention to abide in your chi energy field, which is called Danchan. This is located about 2 inches below your navel and is the power center for your breathing. Open your eyes and gaze downward over the end of your nose into the floor. Keep your mouth closed and allow the tip of your tongue to rest gently against the roof of your mouth. When your mind is concentrated and calm, pure and clear saliva may gather in the mouth. You may swallow it. Relax your facial muscles and notice your gentle smile. If your face or body begins to itch, do not scratch. This is just a sign of the energy circulating in your body. Simply note the itching and let it pass. If your legs ache unbearably, you may change position very slowly and quietly so that you maintain a calm stillness and do not interrupt others. When thoughts arise in your mind, do not be discouraged or disturbed by them. Simply focus on your breath without reacting to or playing with those thoughts. Recognize them as thoughts. They will disappear by themselves. And remember, keep bringing your awareness back to your Danjan breathing center. If you continue practicing meditation for a long period of time, you will rest in the realm of samadhi, deep meditation, in which the mind is calm, concentrated, perfectly focused, and at peace, with no distinction between self and others, time and place. We are grateful to sit quietly together, finding the still point within. May we be here now, aware of our ever calm and alert spirit.
Meditation continues with the form of a prayer. Page 3. It begins with spiritual chant, Yeongju. Page 3. 천지영기 아심정 만사여이 아심통 천지야동일체 아여 천지 동심정 천지영기 아심정 만사여이 아심통 천지야 동일체 아여 천지 동심정 천지영기 아심정 만사여이 아심통 천지야 동일체 아여 천지 동심정. At the beginning of this month, we give thanks for the safety and comfort we are blessed to enjoy. At the same time, we remember that many people in our world are living amid suffering. So we join our hearts in prayer for all those facing tragedy in the Middle East, in Ukraine, and in other troubled regions of the world. So holding them in our hearts, let us now read the prayer for world peace together. Grace of heaven and earth, grace of parents, grace of fellow beings, grace of laws. O Dharma Kaya Buddha, fourfold grace, may we take refuge in Dharma and be filled with compassion and wisdom. May we transform delusion into wisdom, greed into generosity, resentment into gratitude, discord into harmony, and hatred into compassion. May all nations grow and benefit mutually. May the strong help the weak, and may the weak learn and evolve according to Dharma. May all those who have died from world conflicts and disasters be delivered through all obstacles and be at rest. May there be peace throughout the world, and may all beings enjoy tranquility and happiness living in their original true nature. This we pray with our whole hearts. Sutra Chanting Meditation, page 4 and 5.
Yuan Song Vow. Yuan is the realm of samadhi, beyond words and speech, the gateway of birth and death, transcending being and non-being, the origin of heaven and earth, parents, fellow beings, and lost the true nature of all Buddhas, enlightened master, unenlightened people, and sentient beings, still one manifest as both permanence and impermanence, fused as permanence, still unfolds into an infinite word that is ever abiding, spontaneous, just as it is, fused as impermanence, till one unfolds into infinite worlds through the cycle of formation, duration, decay, and extinction of the universe, birth, aging, illness, and death of all beings, according to how we use our minds and bodies. We transform through the 6 forms of existence, progressing or regressing, with grace arising from harm or harm from grace. Therefore we unawakened beings vow to practice wholeheartedly, modeling ourselves after Iron Sangha Dharma Kaya Buddha, by cultivating our minds and bodies, deeply knowing human affairs and universal principles thoroughly, and using our minds and bodies skillfully, thus progressing rather than regressing, receiving grace rather than harm, until we attain great empowerment of everyone and become one with the nature of everyone. Heart Sutra.
The Bodhisattva of great compassion, when deeply practicing Prajnaparamita, realized the 5 aggregates are empty, and thus became free from all suffering and distress. So Shariputra, form does not differ from emptiness. Emptiness does not differ from form. Form is emptiness. Emptiness is form. The same is true. Sensations, perceptions, impulses, and consciousness. So Shariputra, dharmas are empty. They do not appear or disappear, are not tainted or pure, do not increase or decrease in emptiness. No form, no sensations, no perceptions, no impulses, no consciousness, no eyes, no ears, no nose, no tongue, no body, no mind, no form, no sound, no smell, no taste, no touch, no object of mind, no mobile ear, no tongue, body, consciousness, no ignorance, no extinction of ignorance, no old days and
extinction of them, no suffering, cause of suffering, no cessation of suffering, no path, no wisdom, attainment with nothing to attain the Bodhisattva realize Prajna Paramita. Therefore the mind has no hindrance. Without any hindrance, no fears exist, free from delusion. One dwells in nirvana. All Buddhas of the past, present, and future rely on Prajna Paramita and attain supreme enlightenment. Therefore, no Prajna Paramita is the great mantra, is the great enlightening mantra, is the unsurpassed and unequaled mantra, which is able to eliminate all suffering. This is Chunna also proclaimed Prajna Paramita mantra, which says gone, gone, gone beyond, far beyond, now awaken, gate, gate, para, gate, para samgate, bodhisvaha, gate, gate, para, gate, para samgate, bodhisvaha, gate, gate, para, gate, para samgate, bodhisvaha.
Together, let us breathe in and breathe out. You may bring your arms up, stretch yourself upward fully. Wiggle yourself side to side. Hands behind your head and lean backward gently. Open your chest and heart. And lean to one side, stretch. To the other side. Release your hands down. If you need to, rearrange your sitting mat, your legs, your body, please do so. Now please join your palms together. Let us welcome our head minister, Reverend Yu, and we are going to receive his Dharma talk, The Freedom We Seek, Cultivating the Mind Through Spiritual Practice.
Okay, good morning, everyone. Yeah. Can you hear me from the back? Okay, yeah. This is the story that I heard when I was fifth grade in elementary school from my mother. There was one old lady who had two sons. Her first son made a living by selling umbrellas. He's an umbrella vendor. Her second son earned a living by selling straw shoe. A straw shoe seller. When it rains, she's worried about her second son because her second son could not sell straw shoe. So she's very worried. And it's shiny. She's worried about her first son because he could not make money because it's shine. One day, her friend visited her house. and said, well, when it rains, think about your first son. He can make a lot of money by selling umbrellas. When it's shiny, think about your second son. Then from the next day, she became very happy person. That's what I heard when I was in elementary school. It was very impressive to me. That's why I still remember that story. But when I was in junior high and high school, just like other regular houses, good thing, bad thing happened always. There are a lot of disappointing things in my families. Or sometimes good things occur at the same time. But I have watched how my mother lived. Instead of focusing what's good or favorable, her mind automatically become focused on something negative. As a mother, it's understandable, but don't you think that's how our mind works? For example, you are preparing bar exam. For several years, tomorrow you are taking exam. So tonight or next morning, you decide your mind, I will become very peaceful and focused before exam. But even though you made your mind in that way, your mind works in that way, you may hear some disappointing news. For example, some bad news from the doctor, or your son. He studied very hard, but he could not get admission from the university that he would like to go. Or your husband could not be promoted. We would like to stay happy, contented, but we very naturally, automatically become disappointed and worried. Even though it's our mind, we cannot use our mind free. That's the reality. So, as a practitioner, what are we supposed to do? Buddha said, in this world, 8 kinds of wind always blow in our life. Do you know what is 8 kinds of wind? Praise and blame, gain and loss, pleasure and pain, honor and disgrace. We cannot control this wind. It's beyond our capacity. But at the least, we can work with our mind. That's the beginning stage. How could we expect everything go our way? Our founding message said, if one expects everything go one's way, it's like the person who built a house on sand and would like to live for thousands of years. Think about this ilwansang. Let's just say our mind is some circular ball, 3-dimensional ball. If it is deflated, losing air, then if you hit the ball with your fist, let's just say it's some challenging situation, some bad news or whatever thing, your feet stay on the ball. It's just like some negative thought does not disappear in our mind. It lingers. Sometimes it's embedded in our consciousness. But if the ball becomes inflated, full of air, then even though you hit the ball with your feet, it immediately bounces back. So negative thought may not stay in your mind. We cannot control the wind. But let's suppose our mind, our life is like a tree. If the tree goes bigger and stronger, then despite its strong wind, it may not be uprooted. So it is the starting point that when it comes to our body, the more we use, the stronger it becomes. But as for our mind, especially modern people constantly use their mind because of worries, or our jobs are very much mentally demanding, not physically. So the more our mind is put to rest, it becomes strengthened and empowered. It's the opposite. That is the path of spiritual cultivation. That's why we meditate. It's not just the merit of sitting meditation is exactly the same as the merit of chanting meditation. Chanting meditation is very powerful. Many neuroscientists check the brain waves when we are deeply in sitting meditation or in chanting meditation. The waves, the pattern of the brain waves is 100% the same. So it is a way to cultivate our spirit. So the definition of a spiritual cultivation by our founding master, he said in this way: cultivation means nourishing a clear and tranquil spirit. Nourishing a clear and tranquil spirit. But what disturbs our mind? What makes us worried or anxious? As I said in the beginning, several examples. For some people, losing hair is a big stress. For example, if you are an actor, but for some people, they don't care, just like Reverend J. Or as we grow old, our lots of wrinkles appear on our face. Many people think it's okay, but to some people, it's a source of distress. It means what makes us worried, anxious, disappointed, and so on. There are so many things that make our mind deviate from our center. The primary cause is not the situation, external condition. It's our attachment to them, attachment, how much we are. That's what Buddha said very simply. Fawn over truth. Life is dissatisfaction. That's the reality of a life. There are good things in your life, but why Buddha said that the nature of our life is suffering. There are some enjoyable things in our life, but Buddha said that's not permanent. That's why the nature of our life is the dukkha, or dissatisfactory. The cause of suffering is very simple. Attachment. The more you're attached, the more you suffer. One Chinese young monk visited third patriarch of Zen Buddhism, Seng Chan. And he said, Master, I want liberation. Master Seng Chan replied, who binds you? Is there any person who binds you? Then he replied, no, there is nobody who binds me. Then why do you seek liberation? Upon hearing that, he attended his first enlightenment and served the Master Seng Chan for 9 years, and then eventually he became the fourth patriarch in Chinese Buddhism. I heard this story from my teacher. Crow, just like an eagle, it has remarkably amazing eyesight. High in the air, it can spot a very small animal, like a rat, miles away. In some rural area in Korea, one farmer, he made a living by cultivating pears. Crows are a serious problem. When it's ripe, it comes and eats all those pears. So he thought about that. Well, I needed to catch a crow. So he put big net over the pear tree. His friend, the other farmer, just said it's ridiculous because the crow has amazing eyesight. Do you know what happened? Actually, crows were caught in the net. You can see small things from miles away, but in front of the pear tree, why he could not see the net? Because it's focused on the pear he would like to eat. Because of his mind, net became invisible. That's why they were caught. I think human mind functions exactly in the same way. Because of some dualistic thoughts, discriminative thinking, which give rise to attachment. We cannot see things clearly. Just like the crows are caught, we are caught in misery because of our own attachment and discriminative, dualistic thought. This is good, this is bad. Probably this is the most important Zen text authored by the third patriarch, Seng Chan, just mentioned. In the beginning, he says, the great way is not difficult for those who have no preferences. When love and hate are both absent, everything becomes clear and undisguised. Make the smallest distinction, however, and heaven and earth are set infinitely apart. If you wish to see the truth, then hold no opinion for or against anything. to set up what you like against what you dislike is a disease of the mind. I think we all have the disease of the mind, this or that. So, how could we let go of this discriminative or dualistic thinking or tendency, as well as attachment? What is the path to let go of those attachments? Of course, mindful living, it helps greatly. But that's not the whole story. Think about your bad habits. However, you try to break your bad habits. Being mindful sometimes works, sometimes it does not work. One of the best way is meditation. Today's topic is meditation. That's why I said this. A lot of neuroscientists studied how our brain works. Because of the functional MRI, medical doctors these days could realize what's going on in our mind. You ever heard that the region of the brain, amygdala? Amygdala, yeah. It is the fear center. Our greed and wholesome desire, or those element is related with this, the activity of this center, amygdala. When you meditate regularly, even though it is 10 or 15 minutes, the activity of amygdala become reduced. We are not that much worried, anxious. Lots of medical doctors showed that. If you seriously meditate, do you know what happens? The size of the amygdala shrinks physically. And this frontal area, the cortex part, so you ever heard the word gray matter? Especially the gray matter. In this area, prefrontal area, which is related with emotional regulation, willpower, concentration, the gray area, the gray matter increased when you regularly meditate. So, our founding master's definition of a spiritual cultivation, nourishing a clear and tranquil spirit by internally letting go of discriminative tendencies and attachment. I just said that. Meditation, chanting, whatever forms of spiritual cultivation helps to let go of this attachment. While not being destroyed by conditions to cause a distraction externally. So externally, we are not supposed to be drawn by conditions that cause distraction. Just like many other houses, sometimes my mother and the father fought. Not seriously, but they're involved in dispute. Before, my father vent anger. Do you know what my father did usually? I think it works. It really worked to him. instead of confronting my mother, he just leave the house for 10 or 15 minutes and walk in the street and come back. If it is possible, avoid the situation. We do not have to always work with our mind. So externally, not being drawn by conditions that cause a distraction. That's also another aspect of spiritual cultivation. Some years ago, when I went to Korea, I was visited by some young man. He looked like a high school student. After 1 or 2 hours, he searched for his bag and discovered he forgot to bring his laptop or iPad, which means he could not watch the movie that he likes. He just freaked out. He did not know what to do. He could watch the in-flight movie, but many times I think he thinks it's not that good. At night, sometimes we open the refrigerator and eat something. Do you eat because you are very, very hungry? Just to refresh yourself, huh? Or when you drive, you sometimes turn on the radio. Is that because you really would like to appreciate some music or would like to know what's going on in this world? No. Our mind would like to be with some sound, smell, sight, tactile sensation, and so on. So our Venerable Gyeongsan, the definition of life. What is a human life? I like his definition. Human life is having love affairs with our sensory experience. Very truthful definition of human life. Anna Remkin is a Stanford University professor at the medicine department. For more than 20 years, she studied the human brain. And her special area is addiction. She was very curious. For the last 20 years, despite material affluence, whether it's the USA or South Korea, in many countries, people's level of happiness decreased. And she was very curious about why severe depression, anxiety, the impulse to suicide, and so on is more common, more serious for more educated people. It's far more for the person who are born and raised in a good family. The more you have a higher social status, the statistics, they become more anxious. She studied the human brain. Her conclusion as a neuroscientist, when we are involved in some pleasant activity, we are eating something delicious, watching some fun movie, or you are praised, and so on. Your brain releases the chemical, we know that. Dopamine release dopamine. But the problem is, the more dopamine we have, the pleasant we can experience, we can live. But the problem is our system, our brain is too much stimulated. Too much stimulated. That is the problem. So she said, the brain starts needing more of the enjoyable activities or substance to feel the same level of pleasure. Our brain is not satisfied with the same level of pleasure that we had. With a small stimulus, they are not satisfied. She said, that's why, development countries, whether they are young people or older people, they are more educated, they have more knowledge, especially they have far more information. The level of happiness start to decline. You have seen this image, 3-monkey image. Taoist use this. Do not see, do not hear, do not talk. That's the essence of spiritual cultivation. Essence of spiritual cultivation. So, in our daily life, not only we need to practice sitting meditation, chanting meditation on a regular basis to empower, strengthen our mind, but also Yukkamun Kepa, it means controlling the 6 gates. Our third, the Dharma master said, setting up a checkpoint in your mind so that unnecessary information will not enter your mind. Setting up the checkpoint is very, very important because so many, not only unnecessary, but also necessary information really drain our energy. That's why many people become too much sensitive and vulnerable to many small things. So our third Dharma master, after dinner, when he stayed alone in his room, he always make the light very, very dim. It is not for saving the energy, not for saving the electricity, saving his mental and spiritual energy. So think about your lifestyle on weekend. What do you do to refresh your mind? So check your habit, and if you see too much movie or YouTube video clip and so on, then why don't you change that to exercise or hiking and so on? And then our mind would become so strong, like a big tree, that it can endure all kinds of winds. Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you, Reverend Yu, for your talk. Now let us recite Essential Dharmas of Daily Practice, guided by John. Page 6. Page 6, Essential Dharmas of Daily Practice.
Essential Dharmas of Daily Practice. 1. The mind is originally free from disturbance, but disturbances arise in response to sensory conditions. Let us restore the equanimity of our true nature by letting go of disturbances. 2. The mind is originally free from delusion, but delusions arise in response to sensory conditions. Let us restore the wisdom of our true nature by letting go of delusions. 3. The mind is originally free from wrongdoing, but wrongdoings arise in response to sensory conditions. Let us restore the precepts of our true nature by letting go of wrongdoings. 4. Let us replace disbelief, greed, laziness, and ignorance with belief, zeal, questioning, and dedication. 5. Let us turn resentment into gratitude. 6. Let us turn dependency into self-reliance. 7. Let us turn reluctance to learn into willingness to learn well. 8. Let us turn reluctance to teach into willingness to teach well. 9. Let us turn lack of public spirit into eagerness to serve the good of all.
One Dharma Center, as a retreat center, we offer year-round retreats. And over the Memorial Day weekend in this month, we have a retreat, The Power of Simplicity. Power of Simplicity. We still have a few spots for online participants, and the commuters are always welcome. You can find more information on the website. And I'd like to offer a gentle reminder about the practice of generosity. Practice of generosity, one of the 6 fundamental ways to strengthen our practice. And becoming a monthly sustainer is also a meaningful way to deepen your connection to our community. And we are grateful to those who have already pledged to become sustainers. And after the service, there will be 2 gatherings for like-minded people to share in open conversation. And for convenience, the groups will be called the Women's Circle and Men's Circle. And you are invited to join either of them. And for the Women's Circle, you can remain in this hall. And for the Men's Circle, you can bring your chair to the lobby space. And there will be John in the lobby to facilitate your group. And Kathy will be here for the Women's Circle. And thank you for sharing your practice today. And we hope to see you next Sunday as we celebrate Mother's Day together.